Join the Helldivers.
Helldivers 2 is the new third-person squad-based action shooter developed by Arrowhead Studios. Chances are you probably heard of it or at least seen one of the million memes floating around the internet. So with its phenomenal launch, I figured it's only right for me to try it out for myself and pick the game up, to let you guys know whether if Helldivers 2 is a must or a bust. Now before we get started, I'd like to say that this is not a full review and that I've only had the game for a few days now at this time of the recording. So take this more of a first impressions. And note that I won't be speaking on the server issues as they have been dealt with by the time I started playing. I also advise you to do your own research before spending your hard-earned cash. And if you could drop a like, leave a comment on your opinion, and subscribe, I truly appreciate that. It helps me keep going and I can make more content for you. Now let's get on with the video. Helldivers 2 is the successor to our previous top-down cooperative shooter, where you're stationed as a elite unit. And yes, I am saying that with parentheses, but we'll touch on that later in the video. You see, most of humanity is now living on Mars, or as they call it now, Super Earth. However, life as you know it is constantly under threat from hostile species known as the Termines and the Automatons. This is where your story kicks off, as it is your civil duty to fight and push back these enemy forces and help spread democracy across the galaxy.
Say hello to democracy!
To start this quest, you'll begin in basic training where you'll learn basic skills to help fight off the enemies and maybe even die a couple times with a couple laughs. Oh my god, I'm dead! Afterwards, you'll be sent to board your very own frigate. Here you'll open up your galactic war map and select one of the neighboring enemy controlled regions, where you'll have a variety of planets and missions to choose between, and serve out some good old-fashioned sweet liberty! Helldivers has a lot of positives built into its core gameplay loop, starting off with its combat mechanics and variety of weapons available to your disposal. You can equip everything from assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, snipers, and explosives, which the latter being attained via its stratagems call-in system that are dropped right onto the battlefield in front of you. My personal preference of loadout so far is an auto shotgun to quickly disperse hordes of enemies paired with a sniper rifle to help pick off stronger enemies from afar. I can enthusiastically say gunplay is really fun. Every weapon is viable in their own ways, and I can't stress enough how nice it feels to be able to play a PvE based shooter and there's not a buttload of numbers jumping up on the screen every time I shoot something. And yes, I'm talking about you, Suicide Squad. To further enhance your combat capabilities, Arrowhead Studios has implemented a support call-in system called stratagems. Think like of a Call of Duty kill streak, but you're only limited to cooldowns and not your performance in the game. These stratagems can be anything from special weapons, an airstrike, or orbital cannons fired from your ship above, allowing you to thin out hordes or pancake bigger, more threatening enemies that otherwise would be a lot harder to deal with. Keep in mind though, you will have to punch in a set of commands in order to summon these support items. So if you play on a controller, Mortal Kombat fans will feel right at home. And let's not forget about you keyboard warriors who be in the comments section. This game might be the one for you too. Alright, so for my last positive on the list, and yes, this is actually a positive, we have to talk about the War Bonds, aka the Battle Pass. Okay, hear me out. This may be one of the few times game developers have gotten the Battle Pass correct. I'm not going to lie, at first I was a little reluctant when I saw that there was weapons locked behind the premium Battle Pass, in which there is a free and paid War Bond system. But shortly after playing, I had become aware of the ability to buy the premium without having to spend any real money. You can if you want to speed the process up. However, the premium currency needed, called Super Credits, can be obtained from just the basic War Bond progression, as well as being able to be found in hidden bunkers throughout the map, along with medals needed to progress the War Bonds and a few other resources. Do remember though, you will need to at least have one teammate in order to open up these vaults. I feel like this is a non-predatory way to introduce microtransactions, and I think other companies should learn from this type of system. I'm hoping to see what lies in the future, but for now, kudos to Helldivers 2. Now that we've gotten through that, let's get to everyone's favorite part of the video, the negatives.
What?
But let me remind you, this is coming from my personal experience, and if you feel differently, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Okay, for starters, I have to talk about the matchmaking. There has been a few times where my friends were unavailable to run with me, so I continued to queue up for missions I wanted to get done and realized there's no features to matchmake a party. Yes, there is the availability to join others or just select quick play, but if you're going after a certain objective, you kind of have to just hope a squad joins in on you. This can be quite frustrating on higher difficulties, especially when you're close to completing a mission and your team of randoms just bail on you. I'm more than hopeful that this will be something that will be changed in the future and we're allowed to just queue up for matchmaking on certain missions that we want to accomplish, rather than having to reach forums or wait around and see if you can find some people to join you on what you want to achieve. Next, I want to talk about the character customization. Although there are some good options here, I can't help but wish for the ability to change the covers of certain pieces of gear. Or at least let me apply cover swatches, maybe like the Halo, I can't believe I'm saying this, the Halo Infinite style of cover choices. Let's all agree nothing's worse than getting a helmet and armor set that you like, then coming to realize all of the covers don't match up.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Lastly, although I haven't found many, but there are still some issues roaming around in the game. As of now, there is currently a bug that makes all of the armor values the same, no matter if you're wearing light, medium, or heavy armor. In fact, I think the only stat to be working is the speed stat. So until further notice, it might just be more beneficial to run light armor setups. As I have said earlier, I've had no issues logging in and connecting to the servers. But I recently ran into problems where me and my friends have been disconnected from games. This is extremely frustrating, and may even ruin the experience for you if you're dropping connection at unfavorable moments. Although Helldivers 2 does have some jank to it, their developers have been very communicative and assertive on tackling these issues. One of the many reasons to believe that Arrowhead really cares about their product, and the ecosystem they're building within it. And boy are they doing a good job. It's exciting to see the Helldivers community so highly immersed in the world and the lore created by the game. With the AI constantly threatening new territories and presenting ever-changing objectives and modifiers, tied with the ability to select through a multitude of difficulties to best fit your liking, and the promise of new content right around the corner, I just can't help but see Helldivers 2 as a what if live service games were done right. This game isn't perfect, however it is more than a step in the right direction, and I'm having a ton of fun playing it, and I believe you will too. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you might also enjoy my other breakdowns of Suicide Squad and Palworld. Feel free to check them out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Oh my god!